Hey everybody, what's up? How you doing? This is Mr. Extrodin. I'm not alone as usual. I'm with Rob Sibeko. This is African Frame. If you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, comment, share, and click the notification bell icon so that you can be notified of any other videos that might be coming out in the future. What is African Frame about? African Frame is basically a podcast where we dissect films. We get into detail, man. If you don't believe me, just stick around. You'll see what we're talking about. Um, who is Rob? Rob is a writer, he's a director, he's a filmmaker. You should check out his book called Jin's War in the background right there. I got myself a copy, so should you. It's quite cheap, $50. You can get it on Google Play, I believe. Um, I'm not sure. Can they still get it on iTunes?
I guess it has to be an American account. So I guess for now you can just go to Barnes and Nobles. You can go to Kobo Books. A lot of these other books. If you go to a book exclusive app, you can generally get it there.
Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So as I've said before, we're gonna be doing a film. This time around, we're gonna be doing a film by the Cohen Brothers. This is the first Cohen Brothers film that we're doing. It is called "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" I believe was released in 2000, the year 2000. It had a budget of 26 million and made 71.9 million at the box office. That is really nice. It was directed by Joel Cohen, but it was written by both Joel and Ethan Cohen.
Yes.
Or Cohen, rather. The Cohen brothers, they worked on things like Fargo, No Country for Old Men, The Big Lebowski. I'm the dude, you know.
Some of the most iconic films of all time, absolutely.
Yeah, man. Blood Simple, Raising Arizona, Miller's Crossing, Barton Fink, A Serious Man, True Grit. So yeah, they've done quite a lot of stuff, to be honest.
Yeah.
And then we have George Clooney as you could say, the main protagonist.
Yeah.
Or rather, one of the main protagonists.
Yeah.
And then you have John Turturro. Okay, before we get to John Turturro, just say George Clooney has been in so many films. From Dusk Till Dawn, Out of Sight, Batman and Robin, Three Kings, The Perfect Storm, the Ocean film series.
Yes.
Good Night, Good Luck, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, The Descendants, Argo, Hail Caesar, Burn After Reading,
Yeah.
or Ba. There's that movie, man, that he did, a Disney movie.
Oh, we don't mean Fantastic Mr. Fox.
No, not Fantastic. Was he in Fantastic Mr. Fox?
Fox in Fantastic Mr. Fox.
Is the fox in Fantastic? No. Is it Tomorrowland?
I forgot the name of it.
Yeah, I think it's Tomorrowland. No, I just mean the movie that I was referring to. I think it's Tomorrowland.
Oh, I think he is in Tomorrowland because I know that was a weird movie, but yes, I think you're right.
Yeah, I loved it though. It was weird, but I loved it.
Don't forget about The Men Who Stared at Goats. That was funny. The Ides of March was pretty intense. But, oh no, these are all lovely movies.
Before you said The Ides of March, what else did you say?
The Men Who Stare at Goats. It's like a weird CIA psyops movie where they got these like crazy guys who thought they had superpowers. It's really interesting.
I haven't seen that one. Is it the main character there as well?
Yes, it is.
I know he did a movie with...
I think he works with Brad Pitt on that one. I'm not sure. No, it's Kevin Spacey and Ewan McGregor. There we go.
I think he did a movie with Julia Roberts last year.
I want to say yes.
I just forgot what the name of the movie is, but they did a movie recently. They also did another movie a few years ago where he was like a TV anchor. I don't know if you remember that one.
Money Monster?
Is it Money Monster? Where he
Yeah,
he exposes like corrupt officials and stuff.
yeah. TV host Lee Gates and his producer Patty are put in an extreme situation when a irate investor takes them and their crew as hostage. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. But then there's another one with Julia Roberts, man. I forgot what it's called though.
Gravity.
Pardon?
Gravity, the space one. The one they do in space?
No, wasn't that was not Julia Roberts. That was Sandra Bullock, was it not?
Right, you're right. You're right.
Ticket to Paradise.
Ocean's 12. Julius Roberts was in Ocean's 12. That's a fact.
Yeah. I was referring to Ticket to Paradise, but that came out actually in 2022. So
Yeah, that's what you're talking about. Yeah, the last year one. You said there was another one besides that one.
no, I was talking about the one with the corrupt officials.
Oh, okay.
And then this one is the one that I thought came out last year, but I didn't realize that it came out in 2022. Yeah.
But Hail Caesar is also done with the Cohen Brothers as well. So yeah, they've done at least 2 movies with each other.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Hail Caesar came afterwards, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I mean he's a prolific actor.
Oh yeah.
And I like that he actually took the liberty to do his own movies, produce his own movies and stuff. Because he did some really good stuff on his own as well.
I feel like once you get to a certain size, you almost have to. You know what I mean? Like you become a producer. Like
that's true.
Scarlett Johansson, Will Smith,
Brad Pitt.
You said Brad Pitt. Yes, I think you said Brad Pitt last week as well. I still have to do research on that one.
Yeah, Plan B, bro. It's called Plan B. I think I'm not sure if it's a production company or what, but he has something called Plan B. You remember the movie you were telling me about with Richard Jenkins?
I think I do, yeah.
What's that movie? And you were saying you were talking about a specific actor in that movie.
Krennic, that actor.
Is it Chronic? Yeah. I think he produced it. I think it's a Plan B movie.
Yeah. See, the point is once you reach a certain, it's like when a rapper becomes successful, he starts selling his own clothes. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like 50 Cent.
Yeah.
Not necessarily his own clothes. I mean, that's Didi, I think. But
remember
like,
the 90s? Everyone had their own, like at least a t-shirt. It was kind of crazy. And then about the 90s, early 2000s, it doesn't matter who you were. You had their own label, but then I think it started to go down. And then everyone started wearing like FUBU and all these other specific brands. But the time, I swear to God, everyone had their own. It was like YouTubers. You know how YouTubers have their own cups? Do you know what I mean? It was
yeah. Because I think For Real had like a bathing ape type thing, right? That was his. Yeah, I remember that.
I remember Eminem had like a Shady Records shirt or something like that. I can't remember.
Yeah, 50 Cent had that G-Unit thing.
Exactly.
You're right. And then we have John Turturro. I've mentioned him before. Funny guy, man. Funny guy. I think the first time I really, really, really got exposed to this guy was in that movie with Adam Sandler and Winona Ryder. What's that movie called again?
Oh wait, the
Wait, was The Butler?
With the barber. Don't mess with the Zuko or something like that. What's it called?
No. That's an older one. Like,
okay. Which one?
What's that movie, man? He was with Adam Sandler and Winona Ryder, and he was playing the butler. You know, like those movies where kind of like Mr. Bones. If you remember Mr. Bones.
Yeah.
The guy we didn't think was the prince was actually the prince.
Yeah.
So with him, he was like he inherited some fortune, but he didn't know. We only found out at the end. Man, what is his name? Mr. Deeds. Yeah, Mr. Deeds. That's the first time I saw him. It wasn't Mr. Deeds.
But he was in Don't Mess with the Zohan. I'm not crazy. He was.
Yeah, no. You're right. The reason I was just saying it's not that one is because You Don't Mess with the Zohan, I think came out in like 2009 or something, isn't it? Like 2008.
Yes.
So Mr. Deeds came out in 2002. So I just wanted to make reference on that earlier one, not later on. Yeah.
I see. No.
Yeah, but then it is said here that he frequently worked with the Cohen brothers, Adam Sandler, and Spike Lee. I do know that he wrote and directed his own film, if I'm not mistaken, where he even has Sofia Vergara in that movie. I forgot what it's called. Yeah, something about it's a sexual name, I think, like a sexual.
Yeah, I see here Jesus Rolls, Hair, Rio, I Love You, Fading Gigolo, Passion, Romance and Cigarettes, and Illuminati and Mac.
I think it's either.
Fading Gigolo is a sexual name. These are all that.
Yeah, either that or Rio, I Love You. One of the two. Wait, what does it say? What about Gigolo?
Fading Gigolo. He directed that.
Yeah, I think it's Feeding Gigolo because I remember Sofia Vergara was in there. Yeah, it is that one.
Woody Allen, Sharon Stone, and yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
I love how you skipped Sharon Stone and Woody Allen, and you were like, Sofia Vergara was in there, guys.
No, it's because I saw this movie a long time ago, dog, and the only person that popped in my head was Sofia Vergara. I mean, I would have remembered the rest, but
fair enough. There's actually some interesting names here. Liev Schreiber is here.
Yeah, I think he plays like a Jewish cop or something.
Yeah. Michael Badaluccio is also in this movie, so he was in that one as well. So
who?
The guy that plays the bank robber in Brother Hard Die is in this movie as well.
What's his name again? George or something?
Yeah, George. Yes.
Oh, cool.
Badaluccio. Yeah, that is the most Italian name I can think of.
Bardaluccio. Yeah, so hey man, he's been in a lot of things. Like he's been in Do the Right Thing, Mo Better Blues, Jungle Fever, Clockers, Miller's Crossing.
I can't believe it. Yeah.
He was in the Transformers.
Of course.
He was in the Batman as Carmine Falcone.
Which Batman is this?
The Batman.
Wait.
Robert Pattinson.
Oh shit! Don't. I haven't watched the movie yet. Oh, okay.
Wait, you haven't watched the movie?
Nah, I still haven't.
Okay, okay, but not now because I do have two movies that I want us to do after this one, but I think that other one will do the Batman on my list. Not like the third movie we'll do is the Batman.
All right.
From my side.
How is he good?
Yeah, so he is also a thespian at this point. I mean, he's really good. Let's not lie. He's really good at what he does. He can do drama and comedy very well.
Yep, and they give him both. I think in Cohen movies, I think they give him both because I think they give him a starring role in a movie called Mr. Frink or something like that. What's it called?
Button Frink.
I've only seen like 2 clips of it, and yeah, it's amazing.
Wow.
John Goodman is in it and everything. So yeah, those are staples. John Goodman, John Turturro. If you're not seeing those guys, are you sure you're watching a Cohen movie? You know what I mean?
Because I think John Goodman is also in The Big Lebowski, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's crazy, man.
2 friends, yeah. He's Lebowski's best friend, yeah.
Yeah. And then you have Tim Blake Nelson. I'm not too familiar with this man's work.
Oh, you are, man. You watch, I want to say Men in Black. Is it Men in Black? I think it's Men in Black. I know you've seen some of his stuff, man. He's in Fantastic Four.
I remember him in The Incredible Hulk.
Yeah, I was going to say Incredible Hulk. There we go.
So and then he is also in Watchmen, the series. He played a good... Like, this guy is actually versatile, eh?
Yes.
Jeez. Because the character he plays in The Watchmen is nothing like the characters I've seen him in other stuff.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, he's been in... Jeez. Scooby-Doo 2 Monsters Unleashed, Meet the Fockers, Syriana, Hoot, Lincoln.
Was in both Hulk movies. Oh, the video game. The Lincoln one has got me curious because I've seen that movie like 3 times. I need to rewatch it. I think he's with. Is he with David Spade when they try to recruit votes? Is that him and David Spade? I think I need to rewatch that movie because I'm like, who is he in that?
In The Incredible Hulk.
No, in Lincoln.
Lincoln. I don't think I watched Lincoln.
It's
no,
really,
I haven't seen Lincoln yet.
Steven Spielberg, one of his best movies, and of course,
I know it won Academy Awards.
Yeah, because Daniel Day-Lewis is honestly one of the greatest actors of all time. Yes.
And Sally Field was his wife. I remember that.
Yes, like she killed it as well. People don't talk about it. Even I don't talk about it enough. But yes.
Okay.
Sally Field, yeah, she did a crazy good job.
He was in Angel Has Fallen. He was also in Just Mercy.
Mm-hmm.
He's in Dune Part 2. And seems like he's gonna reprise his role in Captain America: Brave New World. So.
Okay, as like Abomination 2.0.
No, the leader, the same character that he played in.
Yeah, don't you remember how it ends?
Hmm?
Don't you remember how it ended? With the thing dripping on his head.
Yeah, dripping on his head. I remember. Yeah.
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 We never saw how that ended up.
No, we didn't.
Yes, I'm excited for that. Definitely.
Yeah, but isn't the leader like that like the brainiac of Marvel, basically, like the guy with the huge head and is smart or something like that, if I remember correctly.
Good thing of Mandrake, whatever that guy's name is, the one they ruined in Ant-Man.
Murdoch. Is it Murdoch? Huh?
Murdoch, yes, Murdoch.
Murdoch.
They assassinated him in
dog. Yo, they made him a
I don't know that character that well, and even I know that man was assassinated.
Yeah, me too. Okay.
Next.
Who else is here? Oh, there's this lady, man, that I like. You know, there's some actors and actresses that have a heavy Southern accent, and she's one of them. Because if you think about it, Billy Bob Thornton has a Southern accent. There's nothing you can do about it. It's just who it is. That's just who he is. Oh, Holly Hunter. You remember she played
a Penny, but you only see her at the end, though.
Yeah, third act. Yeah, but I was referring to The Incredibles. She's Elastigirl.
What?
You remember The Incredibles?
That's her.
Yes, sir.
Oh, damn! I did not know that.
Yeah, also in Batman v Superman: Dawn of Justice. I think she was the mayor.
The lawyer, yes.
And then she was also in Crash. She was also in this movie, man, with who's this lady that passed away, unfortunately. I liked her so much, that lady. Do you remember Clueless?
Yeah, of course.
Not Alicia Silverstone, but the other lady, man. Her friend. She was Eminem's girlfriend in 8 Mile.
Yes. Wait, the Clueless girl died.
Brittany Murphy, yes.
The leading lady from the Clueless movie died.
No, not Alicia Silverstone. I'm talking about the friend in Clueless.
The black friend?
No, not the black friend, the other friend, the white friend. Remember she had 2 friends.
Okay.
Yeah, so Brittany Murphy made a movie where this lady was in it. What's that movie's name again? It's a really, really good movie, man. It's one of those movies that I highly recommend people watch.
I know that girl, yeah.
You know it?
Brittany Murphy.
Yes, sir.
I don't know the movie, I just know the actress.
Oh, you know the actress?
Yeah. She Just Married as well, yeah.
Yeah, Just Married, man. Hopefully we'll do it one day. I love that movie. Little Black Book. Little Black Book. That's the movie I was referring to.
She died of pneumonia, damn.
Hey, bro. It's sad, man. She passed away. I think she passed away before her time, if that makes sense. Because, I mean, she could sing as well.
Oh, way before her time. Because if you think about it, she should have been basically, she was the better version of Jessica Fox. She had the girl next door kind of vibe, the cute girl next door.
You mean Megan Fox?
Megan Fox, yes, I keep doing that. Megan Fox had like this sharp, like scary vibe to her, where she has this cute vibe to her that was always amazing.
So let's say if Archie from Archie Comics was a live action back then,
yeah,
she would be Betty, and
Yeah.
Megan Fox would be Veronica.
Yeah, in a way, yes.
I get you.
You could say she's the more successful version of Jennifer's Body, the main lead actress from Jennifer's Body. Like, I love the lead
Amanda Seyfried.
Yes, I love her, but where is she? Do you know what I mean? Like,
But she's still around, eh? But I do get what you mean in terms of.
Yeah, in the 2000s, she was in the 90s/2000s. She was everywhere. Girl Interrupted, Clueless, Just Married, 8 Mile. I mean, these weren't small movies, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, no, I mean, she had it all. She had the looks.
Yeah.
She could act. She was funny. She could sing. I mean, that's a triple threat right there, dog.
Exactly. I'm even looking at some of these. I'm like, yeah, of course. Sin City. Forgot about that.
Yeah, I remember she was no, who's that British actor again?
I'm not sure.
He was the guy's girlfriend. What's that guy's? The guy with the Chuck Taylors, like the All Stars.
You're killing me, dude. I don't know. The guy with the shoes, guys. What do you mean?
Okay, I'm talking about Clive Owen.
Oh, yeah. What about him?
You remember Clive Owen was in Sin City?
Yes, of course.
And he had a girlfriend in Sin City.
I mean,
yeah, that's the girl. That's the girlfriend.
Yes.
Maybe. Yeah, and who's this guy? The Spanish guy. He wanted to kill him. Yeah.
Yes. not Del Toro.
Yeah, it is Benicio del Toro. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. She's been riding in Cars with Boys. Oh my god, that's a movie that broke my heart, dude. That movie almost made me cry.
Which movie?
Riding in Cars with Boys, starring Drew Barrymore.
Who stars in it?
Drew Barrymore.
No. Okay, who else is in it?
Okay, Drew Barrymore, Steven Zahn, and Adam Garcia.
Okay, I know Steve Zahn. I don't know that movie. I need to watch it.
Yeah, you do. Like that movie, even has James Woods in it. I even forgot about that. Rosie Perez is in there. I think that's a girlfriend from White Man Can't Jump.
Yeah, no, I do know Rosie Perez. Yeah.
Exactly. So.
Wasn't she in a Spike Lee joint? What's that movie? Yeah, I think she was in one of Spike Lee's movies. I just forgot what it's called.
If I can recommend a movie that'll make you emotional, like it's even better than the one that anyway, highly emotional movie. It's beautiful. I think it's beautiful. Yeah.
Riding in a car with boys, no?
Riding in Cars with Boys, yes.
Because I know Drew Barrymore has range, dog. It's just that she was mostly doing romantic films, I know. And she did a bit of action like Charlie's Angels. Yeah, but drama, dog.
Oh, yeah.
Don't mess with Drew, dog. Drama.
The movie where she played a teacher in the Jake Gyllenhaal movie.
Red October?
No, man. It's an old movie, but I know you know. What's it called again? I know you know what it is. Because it was amazing. It was like his first ever movie. Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, he was young in that movie, no?
That way, like he can see the future.
He can see the future.
Sort of, yeah. But there's like this weird thing that's happening. Donnie Darko.
Oh, Donnie Darko. I heard about it, but I've never watched it. Eh?
That's okay. I'm gonna add it on my list. Don't worry. It is such a beautiful movie.
There you go, making sure that I watched all these movies that I should have been watching all along.
Exactly, because the way it's one of those stories where you've seen Attack on Titan, right?
Only like the first few episodes, yes.
Ah, damn. Okay. I was gonna say there's this cool thing where things that you see in the beginning loop back into the end so perfectly that it's like a glove. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's really good. I love it because it's about it's like 12 Monkeys as well, time travel thing where let me not let me go too deep into it before I cross over into spoilers. But it's just, yeah, it's beautiful.
Sure.
Yeah. Anyway.
Okay. And then we have John Goodman.
Yes.
I mean, I
The
was exposed to this guy from Roseanne, bro. And he's in a lot of things. Like he's in.
Too many things.
He was in Flight with Denzel Washington. He was in.
Lawyers, no?
Pardon?
Was he one of the lawyers, if I'm correct? But he was one of the people that was like trying
to. No, in Flight. I think he was. Wasn't he like a dealer or something?
In Flight.
Yeah.
Are you sure? I'm not sure now.
Remember, there was a scene where who's this guy? And funny enough, I haven't really watched Flight, but I remember that scene very well.
You're right. He's a drug dealer. You're right.
Right. Who's this guy again? War Machine. I don't know why I'm forgetting people's names today.
He was the lawyer. Yes. I know you're talking about War Machine.
Don Cheadle.
Don Cheadle. Yes. Damn.
Yeah. So, because he was so high that they needed to get John Goodman to sober him up, but by drugging him or something like that.
Oh no, he was going into withdrawal so badly that they like needed to like balance him out.
Oh.
Make the withdrawal. So they got him something to even him out. Yes.
Yeah, it just shows how oblivious I am about that stuff. But anyway,
10 Cloverfield Lane might be his best one, in my opinion. Have you seen that one?
No.
I don't want to give too many spoilers, but basically this chick wakes up in this guy's house and like you've been in a car accident, the world is coming to an end, aliens are attacking the world, right? And you need to stay in my house, in my undercover basement, basically.
Sounds like Black Snake Moon vibes. But okay.
No, yeah, exactly. The only difference is Black Snake, when they try to help this person going through, this person wakes up.
Yeah, because she was like a sex addict or something.
No, in Black Snake Moan, yes.
Yeah.
But in Cloverfield, she doesn't know what's going on. And she starts to doubt anything. It's like she doesn't even know if what she's saying is true because she never saw the invasion.
Right.
So she just woke up in this guy's house saying there's an alien invasion. And she's like, can I see it? Do you know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, and it's beautiful. It's honest to God, one of the best suspense movies I've ever seen in my life. Like thrillers.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fantastic. Yeah. Anyway.
We've mentioned The Big Lebowski. We mentioned Barton Frank. Raising Arizona.
Mm-hmm. All of these, so many Cohen things. So many Cohen stuff you've mentioned right there.
Yeah. Beyond the Sea, Even Almighty, Pope Joan, Patriots Day, Monsters Inc., obviously, as the main character.
Sully.
Yeah. Jungle Book 2 as Baloo, I believe.
Wait, what?
Yeah, he played Baloo, remember, in Jungle Book 2?
Jungle Book 2, okay. I know.
Yeah. Not the first one, obviously. Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, wait, what? Yeah. But yeah, wasn't
it? Yeah, and Atomic Blonde. So yeah, guys, that's basically the cast of, well, the main guys, that is.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm sure other ones we might mention as we go along, but yeah, those are the main guys. Because I know that the black guy, maybe let's mention him because he's pivotal.
Yeah, he's bigger than the other roles actually. So yeah, Chris Thomas King, yes.
Yes, he's actually a musician, eh? An American blues musician and actor based in New Orleans, Louisiana. Yeah. I guess the way he was playing that guitar, man, he knew his stuff.
Absolutely.
He was in The Soul of a Man. He was in Ray.
Ray is probably the first one he was in, yeah.
He was in Kill Switch. A
Steven Seagal movie.
And then he was in Imagination Towers. And then he was in, I don't know if it's Treme or Trame. Or...
T-Bone Crosby in Imagination Movies. That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a Trium.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I don't know if it's Trem or Trium.
So it's very weird. So I guess it's just Trium.
It's probably trim because there's no.
Topicky, yeah.
Yeah, there's no. I don't know what you call it. There's no glyph. Anyway, yeah, guys, that's the cost.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, yeah, let's get into it, man.
Yeah, let's do it.
First time watching it, eh?
Really?
Yep.
Can't wait to hear your verdict at the end.
I honestly didn't know what to expect. I thought there were lunatics. Like when I saw the poster, I was like, okay, what's happening here? Like they just looked a bit crazy. Like they look like they're from a mental asylum or something. But obviously, at the same time, you can tell that they were prisoners. So I just couldn't figure it out. But after watching it, I'm like, wow, it's amazing.
Nice. Well, cool, man. Well, let's start. Okay, cool. The opening picture image shows is fading out on an open plane where the color is deeply faded to a type of black and white / sepia kind of vibe to it. Gives you an idea that it's 1930s, a good old days vibe.
Sorry, just before you continue, I've noticed that the Cohen brothers did something similar with no, it's not Hail Caesar. Was it Hail Caesar?
That one's pretty colorful, I think.
No, sorry. There's a movie that I keep thinking that is Hail Caesar, but it's not. With the guy who plays Thanos. What's his name again?
You're gonna say it's
Josh Brolin with and Scarlett Johansson. Like that movie, bruh, it starts it's as if like it's an homage to like Hollywood because it starts in black and white and then it keeps like as the movie goes, the color starts changing until at the end it's like fully it's nicely colored and everything, like modern times type of coloring.
I don't think it's Hail Caesar. Is it Hail Caesar? Now you got me confused, and I watched the movie. Because I think there are black and white moments in that movie. Like there's some of the funniest scenes you've ever seen in your life in the movie, even though it feels so disjointed. Gosh, I'm not sure.
Let me check the cast of Hail Caesar. If Scarlett Johansson and Josh Brolin are there, then that's the movie.
Are you sure it becomes progressively colored? Because I mean, I'm pretty sure it's just the black and white parts where they're showing them. Because remember, it's about filmmaking. So there are parts of in the filmmaking part where you're watching the camera, and then that part is black and white.
I don't know. I haven't watched it. Maybe because I was just skimming through it, and then it just seemed like when I was skimming through it in the beginning, it seemed like it was black and white, and then as it kept going.
Okay, no. I think because I know Pleasantville does that, but not this one. It's kind of just showing like make me have to rewatch this now. But yeah.
Yeah, no, we'll cover it. I mean, we're gonna do a lot of Cohen movies. I'm sure after watching this.
Definitely.
Yeah.
No Country for Old Men. The cowboy one, which I just forgot right now. Thanks. Damn it. Okay, but anyway. Yeah. We hear a prison song as a chain gang breaks rocks. Kind of giving this vibe. As you can see, it's a hot day as they're being watched by guards. You'll notice all the prisoners are black, and all the guards are white. There's a very interesting thing that kind of is happening there, but we'll have to see. Anyway, this only lasts a few seconds. It's a quick opening, unlike like Lion King and all the other ones where like a thingamajiggy in the title. This one only lasts like 30 seconds and the title screen kicks up. And
this is definitely in the South, eh?
Yeah, of course, yeah.
Despite the accents, like just how black people are treated, it has to be the South.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Well, it's set in the 1930s, so yeah, it's definitely the old South.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, we get title screen and then non-diegetic music plays and the country plays and then ends. Yeah, no, non-diegetic music plays and it's a country type song. So they try to sink in that this is 100% country. You know what I mean? We quickly get to see another prison chain gang working with the color. This time we get more color, but it's got this dusty vibe to it.
Yes.
There's actually a fun, interesting fact about this movie. Is they wanted to shoot it with that kind of vibe. They were like, we're going to shoot in winter, right? So that there's autumn, so that all the dead leaves are dead and stuff like that, right? But then their scheduling got messed up and they had to shoot in summer, and everything was the brightest green you've ever seen in your life. Like they couldn't believe how bright green everything was. So what they ended up having to do was They're like to invent new technology basically. So like to like create color filters that wouldn't mess up the entire shot, but would focus on like the background stuff. So they found a new way of doing color filtration, and they kind of evolved the technology thanks to this need that they had. It's really cool.
So they basically invented a new way of.
Well, you could say they evolved it, yes.
Or evolved editing.
Because in the olden days, what they used to do with some of the old film, they would literally dip it in like brown. You know what I mean? So they
to give it that.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So there were like things that they were doing, but then they finally figured out how to do it digitally.
Right.
You know? And like this was one of the biggest like. Let's just say, no, you're not the first step, but definitely an evolution. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I guess maybe that's why they started getting more projects. They were like, you guys did this?
Hey, man, it's a success.
Yeah.
We also kind of, while this music is playing, it's great music. I love the music. Music is playing, we kind of get to see the main characters pop out of the grass because we're like watching, the shot is distant, right? We're watching the chain gang working in the distance, and in the grass, you see their heads pop up. And they're like, down! And they're
like a cartoon.
Hilarious, dude. Like, caught me by surprise. And then you start getting the names of the crowd. Everyone, George Clooney, like this old school, what do they call that thing?
Like during the silent film era.
Exactly. Yeah, it really lets you know, okay, we are from the thingamajiggies. The whole song plays through. So it takes about 4 minutes, and we gotta see their bumbling ass escape. You realize, okay, these guys aren't geniuses. Do you know what I mean? As they struggle to chase down a chicken, to see them eating the chicken, to see them being chased by, you hear the dogs chasing them. And yeah, it's hilarious. It's fantastic.
Right.
By the way, you'll start to notice how visually stunning everything is, not just the sepia, but how nice the visuals look. It's because it's shot by Roger Deakins, and the DOP, director of photography. Okay. So photographer.
What does a director of photography do for those who do not know?
Basically, he's the one who basically makes the shot look good. Director is the one who a director is like a conductor.
Yeah, he basically improves the performance, right?
Yeah, director controls the actors and all that stuff. But DOP, see your angle right there?
Yeah.
That is a straight center frame medium shot. Director, the DOP is the one that tells you that's what that is, and tells you what kind of lens you're using, and that way you can, like, let's say if you're the director, you're like, I want a shot that conveys a tense atmosphere of a guy staring at a screen. So a DOP will be like, okay, what can I do to make that thing? Okay, I can make things darker, so let me reduce the lighting, so they're in charge of that. Okay, what I can do is move the camera closer, so everything seems more claustrophobic. You know what I mean? So I can do that. And I can reduce, so stuff like that. For example, I believe he also did, when Leonardo DiCaprio gets molested by a bear. What's that movie called?
The Revenant.
The Revenant, there we go. I believe that was him as well.
Was he a DOP in there as well?
Yes. So like some of these beautifully stunning movies that you've ever seen in your life, it was him.
While we're on that, what's a cinematographer?
He's in charge of the picture. In other words, if the picture looks blurry, like you see what Zack Snyder's been doing with the whole Rebel Moon, where things look blurry.
Yes.
That's
I didn't see that until you mentioned it. After I watched like a few scenes again, I'm like, oh, flip, it's like that everywhere.
Now, a cinematographer will tell you not to do that. Do you know what I mean? So like, because it's too much. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So a cinematographer will also tell you, let's say for example, let me just see myself here. Cool. Like you see how I'm in the thing. This is like this is called like the rule of thirds.
The rule of thirds, yeah.
So you're cutting to 1/3. So I'm coming up, so it makes things more interesting for the human eye. You know? So a cinematographer's idea is that. So let's say, for example, do another close-up, for example, another one. I want to do a close-up on you, right? But I want to, again, do the claustrophobic thing. So instead of, I've got two choices. I can take a telephoto lens or a zoom lens. A telescope or a prime lens. Now, a wide angle lens, right? A wide angle lens, right? What that'll do is that will, take like a wide shot like this, right? but it'll give you like a depth of field, so you can kind of get like almost a 3D view of it, like kind of, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So you kind of see things close and you kind of see things far. Problem with that is when you do that, the camera lens kind of does this, so it makes your face look distorted.
Like a fisheye lens type of.
Exactly. Yes. Because a fisheye lens is a wide angle lens, just more wide.
Yes.
So what happens with a telephoto lens, what that'll do is it'll flatten the shot.
Oh.
So it makes it look flat.
So it'll look like everything is on the same layer.
Exactly.
If I'm speaking on design terms.
Exactly.
Like there's no foreground versus background. Everything just looks like it's in the same.
Exactly.
Whatever.
So, for example, a close-up, if you want to do a profile slash, if you want to catch the nose to the thing and kind of get this vibe of nose, eyes, ear, then you want to use a wide-angle lens, even though, again, it does risk distortion. But if you want like a sideways shot where there's no real like thingamajiggy, it kind of looks flat, you use a telephoto lens.
Okay.
Because that just kind of works. But another example would be, let's say you're doing an action film, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you show like a punch. Here's the problem: you're not actually punching the guy, right?
Mm-hmm.
So now, when you want to show, a lot of movies are making a mistake with this. Actually, I watched a video and like he's right, because I noticed it as well. But whenever you do an action movie with a wide-angle lens, right, what ends up happening is you do this, right, and now obviously the guy misses, right? Mm-hmm. But now here's the problem with the wide angle, when you can see the depth of field, I can see the gap between the punches.
Right.
So it looks less. Yes, it was echo. That was when I saw it being done, where because you can see they're using a wide-angle lens, you can see the gap between the fist. Now the fight looks so much more fake.
It's less convincing.
Exactly. So when you use a telephoto lens, it reduces the gap. So now I can't see that thing. So now the fight looks more realistic.
Oh.
You know what I mean? So like hides it. Whereas, and there are times when you want to hide stuff, and there are times when you want to show stuff. So DOP is the one who decides that stuff. He decides how that'll show up. He'll decide how he's gonna make it work. If you're the director, like I want to, like again, Inierto, the guy Revenant, he was like, I want to do this using nothing but natural lighting. While DOP has to go, oh shit, how the fuck am I gonna do that?
Right.
So he has to, he's end up getting like a wide-angle lens, because another thing is wide-angle lens absorbs more light. You know what I mean? Like,
makes sense because there's more exposure within the frame. If it's wider.
Exactly. So then they'll end up having to like use something like that, or like use really fancy cameras where the aperture is really high. So yeah, things like that. So that's the DOP's entire job. His job is to make that picture work.
Because I do know, I have a friend who was assisting a DOP, and he was telling me that, look, that guy is one of the most important people to have. Like, if you don't have that guy, you're in trouble. I was like, eh.
Well, you're at risk because, like, let's say, for example, me and you, right, you want to shoot a film. You can't technically shoot the film without him. But technically, his job is to be so trained in shooting the film, right, is that when you're looking at it like this, it's not the same. Or you're looking at it like this on a little tablet thingy like this, not the same.
Yeah.
When you get home. And I've had that where I shot something, then I got home and it looked like garbage. So I thought it looked fine in the little.
Yeah, same thing happens with photography as well. When you look on your screen, on your camera screen and whatever, you think it's great. You take out the SD card, you put it in your machine, and then everything looks blurry. You're like, what the hell?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Literally correct, yes.
Damn. Okay. I hope you learned something, guys. Anyway.
Cool, yeah. Forgot, it's me. Cool, yeah. Anyway. 5 minutes in, the song ends with them chasing the train. There's a funny bumbling shot where, like, you see how kind of person George Clooney is. Everett, sorry, that's his name. Everett. As he gets on the train and starts talking, completely forgetting about the niggas behind him. And then John Turturro is playing Pete. So Pete falls, and then Dalmar falls, and George Clooney's still talking, and then I love that so much. But yeah, it kind of gives you an idea of their personalities, because Clooney playing Everett is the most talkative person of the group. He thinks himself the smartest, using nothing but big words.
He's basically the leader.
Yeah. Then you get John, playing Pete, who's straight to the point. Who's like, who says you're in charge? Like, he's like to the point.
He's like the middle child. I don't know if you remember Huey, Lou, and Dewey in DuckTales or Quack Pack.
Yeah.
Louie? No, Dewey, the blue one.
Yeah.
Is Totoro's character, dog.
Exactly.
And then the red one, Huey, is Clooney. Because like the blue one will always be asking, yo, who made you like because the blue one is basically like the smart one. But anyway, yeah. So he behaves like the middle child, Totoro, in this movie.
Exactly. And then you get Tim Blake Nelson, who plays Dalma, who's probably the dumbest person in the group.
Yeah, he is.
I'd say he's also the heart of the group. He's I don't know if you know about when I say the heart of the group, what I mean by that is basically there's this trope system for groups of people in films.
Yes.
You can tell that so basically according to the 5-man, it's called the 5-man band, basically. I think that's what the official name of the trope is. Where you get the leader, the lancer, the brains, the muscle, the wizard, and yeah. So basically,
what's the lancer?
Lancer is again the Vegeta types, the people who are like more rivals / they're more logical. They're logical as well. They also have leadership capabilities. They're more logical as well, but they don't have the same capabilities. For example,
Spock.
Yeah, I was gonna say this appears format. Good example, Avatar. You could almost say that Sokka would be not a rival per se, but you'd say it's Zuko right off the bat, right? If you're talking about a 5-man band, then it's Zuko.
Yeah.
But I would say
no, Sokka is basically the Batman of the group. He's the leader, dog. He's the tactician strategist of the group.
But he's secondary to Aang almost.
Yeah.
Aang's obviously the lead character, and they kind of follow his lead. But
yes,
I think Wajiki makes the plans. So you could say that I would say for the first couple seasons of Avatar, definitely he's the Lancer. But I think when Zuko officially comes into the frame, he becomes the wizard, the brains of the operation.
Yes.
So he becomes the wizard, but he gets pushed out of the Lancer slot by Zuko. Remember, a 5-man band, and of course the heart is of course the spirit of the group, like the kind person. Katara, exactly. This is otherwise some people will call it that the girl, because 9 times out of 10, yes, the heart will be played by a girl.
Right.
Not always, like with this movie, you can see that what's his face, Dalma is the heart. So it's not
like I was actually thinking of Captain Planet from the get-go, because you remember Kwame, Earth. He was the leader.
Yes.
Then you have Wheeler, who's like the lance. It says it's the lancer.
Yes, the lancer, yeah.
And then you have Manti, or Mantin. I mean, even his ring is heart. He's definitely the heart of the group because he could talk to animals and all of that.
Yeah.
He was very sensitive. And then you had Water, who's like the second in command. I don't know which role that would be.
You get Muscle, the Lancer, and you get the Wizard. So it has functionality. Another effective example would be, shit, now I lost it now. The Flash. Remember the Flash? You watched the Flash TV. You watched the Justice League TV series, right?
The animated, yes, I have.
Animated one, the first one, not the later art seasons.
Yeah.
Earlier seasons. Remember, there's a part where they go to another universe and everyone's evil. Like they always act.
Yes. It was a 2-parter, yeah.
Yes, and it's because the Flash died. Yeah, because they lost the group's heart. So once the group's heart left, they all became more clinical and they all became more evil. You understand? That's kind of the purpose of the heart. If you think about Avatar as well, Katara is like keeping them from being from indulging their worst traits. Same thing here. That's the purpose of the heart. So they're like almost the most valuable person there. Even though in terms of plot, no. In terms of story, yes. Do you know what I mean?
In terms of the group, yes, but not the story. I get you.
So yeah, I just thought that was interesting. It kind of follows that trope. Anyway, they're arguing with each other about who's in charge. When a blind old man appears on this thing and they ride with him, and he kind of tells them what's going to happen, kind of like a prophet, what they're going to see.
You could say he's what's this thing? What's the term called? Where someone basically gives you like an idea of how the plot is gonna go. Kind of like the witches in Macbeth.
Well, yes, actually more specifically, because this is actually a modern retelling of Homer's Odyssey, right?
Yeah, I don't know Homer's Odyssey, but I did when I was reading, I did see that it's a retelling of Homer's Odyssey.
Odysseus meets the Sirens. If you remember them from the Hercules TV show, they're the three girls that share the one eye.
Yes, I remember the Sirens. Yes.
Yeah. So it's the same principle. No, man.
No, not the Sirens.
Sirens.
The three ladies, right? They have one eyeball.
Fuck.
The eyeball that can see the future.
Yes, but there's an official name for them, and that was only Hercules. But they're official. You even meet them in God of War. Did you play God of War?
But it's basically Greek mythology, those ladies, right?
Yes. But anyway, cool. Anyway, so yeah, it's a part of the Greek mythology that's kind of happening there. Anyway, that moves on. They are surprised to see that the blind man knew about their mission because they arrive at someone's house.
The gray eye? Or the gray ones, or the gray witches. Oh.
That doesn't sound right.
The gray, I don't know.
Huh? The Gorgon sisters.
It's called the old women, or the gray ones, or the gray witches. Gray eye.
No, that's Medusa. Damn it.
No, yeah, Medusa's the one with the snakes, right?
That's Gorgon.
Yeah, it's the Grey Sisters.
Fair enough. I don't feel like they had a better name.
The Fates.
The Fates. Maybe that's only the name I know. Yes, that's only the name I know. The Fates. Yes. Yeah. But anyway, yeah. So he's like the Fates, basically. Or again, like I said, like the witches in Macbeth. You're right there. But yeah. You kind of notice this. They're talking about it, and like Everett just has an answer for everything. That's kind of his thing. He's like, well, you see,
yeah.
That's how
he was talking. The guy just disturbs him. It's like, it's like, what's your name? It's like, I have no name.
I thought that was cool. They're nipping him in the bud. But yeah, I find the whole George Clooney thing here very interesting as a performance, because George Clooney is always playing a smooth guy, even when he's like Ides of March, or what's it, Mr. Carver, whatever the TV show, whatever the movie is called, John Clancy, or whatever. He's always like this thing, but in this one he's super duper goofy. Like his eyes are wide. Like,
yeah, here is
like how are you guys doing?
It's like he's trying. He's not saying that. Okay, he's not trying too hard, but you could tell that he was not being George Clooney in like he normally is in other movies. Because obviously he also has the southern accent as well. You know.
Yeah, even in your picture, look how wide his eyes are. That's not George Clooney.
Yeah.
Doing this whole big eye thing, which is funny because he actually got nominated for a few comedy awards. Didn't win anything as far as I know, but he got nominated.
Yeah, that's true. I guess you could say he was more reactive in this one. He was a reaction character, like he was more reactive.
I wouldn't necessarily say that, because remember, A, they're following his mission, number one. It's his mission to go get the thing. B, he basically goes to steal the car. He steals the car. He also steals the watch. He also he didn't let Tommy in. That wasn't him. I would say it's a bit of a hybrid, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, there is a bit of being a reactory character in there, but I do get what you're saying.
Because there are things that just kind of happen to them.
Yes. Like things don't go according to plan. That's when you get these reactions. Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, so anyway, they go to a house. Turns out the house belongs to Pete's brother, whose name is Wash, being played by Frank Collison. Like there's a guy, like you always kind of see him and stuff, and you're like, he always plays like a similar type of character. There's a tension between Pete and Wash, but it turns out it's all good and then Wash takes their cuffs off. They kind of chill with the brother, with Everett making a mission while country music plays on the radio. That it turns out it's the song from what do you call those things? Infamous jingles. It's like a jingle.
Yes.
Which turns out it's going to become relevant later, because it's like a flower commercial for a guy named Pappy. So they gotta go over Pete's history kind of a bit there. where Pete's brothers like family like lost the farm or something like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. They they go to bed. 12 minutes in, they go to bed. They are stuck on a barn roof, which the policemen act. They're stuck on. Yeah, they go to bed. They wake up, and it turns out Washer sold them out. It's a whole funny dialogue thing.
I like the part where Clooney's like, what? We've been had, or something like that.
Yeah, they
And
sold.
he says it more than once.
Yes. Kind of reminds me of the meme where they're like, unhand me. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I love it so much.
Like, it's one of those moments where I was like, man, I wish I could have read the script. Because obviously it's like, I cannot believe you did this to me, brother. We've been had. Everybody just stay down. We've been had. You know?
It's great. And I love how like Pete's always like emotional, where he's like, hey, don't you accuse my brother of selling us out. And it's like, I'm sorry I sold you out. It's like, you son of a bitch. And the whole thing is great.
Yeah.
Cool. So the police are wild as they fire a Tommy gun at them almost immediately. And they set the barn on fire. The police.
No. They poured gasoline on the thing because they were like, if you guys are not gonna come out,
yeah,
then we're gonna force you guys out, basically.
But first to get their attention, they fire the Tommy gun first, and then they say that.
Yes.
And then they throw the fire, and then they throw the fire back, and that causes a massive reaction as the police van gets set alight, and because the guy spilled the gas like that.
Dude, and there's ammunition in that van.
Dog, and yeah, there's ammo in the van and just goes off immediately.
And one of them is like, "This ain't popcorn. Everybody down."
And then the kid, the son comes, saves them. Actually, the son, Washer's kid saves them. The scene fades black, and
it's like it's time for me. It's time for me to what's that word? Because it was spelling it out.
Yes, I was gonna get into that. Yeah, where it's like they want to say runoff, but the guy says RUNNOFT.
Yeah, and the kid does the same thing.
Yes.
So he knows what actually he meant earlier on when he said
exactly. I thought that was funny as all hell. They end up chasing the kid away because it turns out the getaway car is broken, and obviously they don't want the kid to get away. They want the kid to go back to the father, so they chase the kid away.
They take him away with this pig.
Yes.
Piglet. Go back to your dad.
Oh, look at him, dude. I mean, Jesus. You get a funny moment where then they go to like a shop, and you get a funny moment where Everett keeps wanting to buy this specific hair brand of gel, dog.
Yeah, what's his name again? What's that name again?
Ulysses J. Everett.
No, not Clooney's name. I mean the
brand. Oh, I forgot.
The brand.
It's not flex out to the B or something like.
Or a D, something like that.
Like that, dude. I don't know. It's just a red can. It's really funny.
I wonder, because when I was watching it, I was like, does this brand really exist, or is it like what is it? Red cigarettes? Huh? Apple. Is it the one that Tom Cruise, not the one that Quentin Tarantino likes using? Red.
I know what it's called, but I know what you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah, the cigarette brand that he likes using in his movies.
Actually, it's kind of funny because if it's a fake name, then that's strange because I know there's a real name that they use later on, which is funny as all hell. But I'm saving that one for the end.
Okay.
Yeah, but I like the comedy here because it's all sweet, sharp dialogue. Do you know what I mean? Like a back and forth of dialogue makes it funny. It's like this weird surrealist humor. First of all, the entire movie is surrealist. You know what I mean? Where things don't feel real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
you know, some movies actually overdo such things sometimes. I think sometimes that's why I would watch a Woody Allen movie and be thrown off a bit because sometimes it just feels too unreal.
Oh yeah.
But this one was perfectly balanced because yes, there are moments where you're like, this wouldn't have happened, but it is not overbearing. Like you can still watch it and still feel like, it's you know what, I can. Yeah. It's fun. I can accept this.
Having fun. It's your suspension of disbelief. Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely. Cool. So while they're struggling to get a ticket home, we find out that first of all, while we're struggling to get a ride home, We find out why they're kind of running, because it turns out there's a dam. You're gonna get a ticking clock, as it turns out that they're trying to get somewhere before a dam gets built.
Mm-hmm.
And then once the dam is built, they're gonna flood that whole area. So you have to get there, otherwise you're gonna lose the treasure. While they're discussing this, it's interrupted by a song. Now you have to remember, this is technically not a musical.
I wanted to get there actually, because there's a lot of music in this movie.
Yes, there's a lot of music.
I was like, wait, is this a musical without it being obvious that it's a musical?
Yeah, it's like, to me, it's like a Shrek musical, if that makes sense. Like, can you call Shrek a musical? Do you know what I mean?
No.
A lot of music in Shrek. It's another example. But I don't know, I feel like by definition it's not a musical, because again, the singing that they're doing is not specific to the movie, if you know what I mean. It's general music. I don't know if that divides it.
That's the difference.
Yeah.
The difference here is the music they sing has nothing to do with the plot.
Yeah, it will be partly relevant, if you know what I mean, partially.
Yes.
I'll get, like, for example, like the clan meeting song. If you listen to the words, because I've listened to that song 50 times, out of context, it has nothing to do with a clan rally. But it being put there kind of feels great, if you know
Sets the tone.
Exactly. Anyway, yeah. They're interrupted by a song, and they follow a large group of people dressed in white, and Dalmar decides to get himself baptized, and then Pete decides to follow. There's actually a funny trope here, actually.
Okay.
When it comes to baptism and filmmaking. A good example is Arcane, where basically the idea is if you get dunked in water, your character, it's supposed to be like a metaphor for metamorphosis. So in other words, if your character gets dunked in water, it reflects a change in the character. Like we're about to be a new person. Like in Arcane, I'm assuming you've seen Arcane. Okay then. What's
That's the animated series, right?
Yes, one of the best ones of all time.
Yeah. Is it still on Netflix?
I believe so, yes. Yeah, it's a Netflix exclusive. Like, I'm actually having a battle with my manager at work. We're discussing over which one's better, Arcane or Blue Eye Samurai. I'm like Blue Eye Samurai, he's like Arcane, because it's just as good quality in terms of visuals, but he's like the depth of storytelling in Arcane is slightly deeper. So you gotta watch it at some point. I recommend it. Okay, good example, V for Vendetta. When what's her face? You know the torture scene where she steps out into the rain, and she kind of washes herself in the water.
Oh yeah.
There's a good example.
Isn't that just when she cut her hair or something?
Yeah, no. They cut her hair at the beginning of the torture thing.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, they just let her out. She just found out that it was all fake, and it was all like a test. Well, not a test, but like a. Not a test. The word isn't a test.
An elaborate plan.
Well, I want to say initiation. Feels like a better word.
All right.
Yeah, initiation to like break her out of her shell. Because remember she said she wanted to change. So yeah, prove herself. And then she got the moment. But anyway, yeah, she goes to the rain and she's weeping, and she becomes a different person after that rain scene.
Right.
So, it's a fun trope to pay attention to. Next time you see someone getting dunked in water, see how the story plays it out. You know what I mean? Cool.
I get you.
So yeah, we cut to a dog sniffing that special brand of hair gel he keeps, and we slowly lift to the same man we saw, well, a hand of the same man we saw in the first scene. It only lasts a moment, which is an interesting thing. Have you noticed all these bad guy scenes always seem to last a split second, but we still gotta get them? It's like
yes.
I've noticed that a lot in these movies. I've been developing patterns here. Anyway, we get a moment with them in the car as we see Everett does not believe in baptism, whereas the others do not clearly understand what baptism is. Do you know what I mean? And it's very interesting because I have an argument over it. Like, okay, no, I don't think you guys understand that baptism only applies to God. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't apply to the man world of man, which ends up being relevant later on. But that'll be
Wait, what do you mean? I'm trying to understand what you're saying.
Basically, remember they say at the baptism, all your sins have been redeemed. You have been redeemed, right? Yeah. And then the other two, Pete and Thing, are like, well, we've been redeemed, so we're not in trouble anymore.
Walt of man, as in, if you broke the law, you broke the law. That doesn't matter anymore.
Doesn't apply to the law.
Like it doesn't mean you're pardoned just because you got
Yes.
baptized. You can still get arrested, my man.
Exactly. Let's try to explain that to them.
Yeah, that would be tough.
Yeah, exactly. And then they come by a crossroads, very much like the TV show Supernatural. Crossroads in the middle of nowhere.
You know, you refer to that, but to me, it reminds me of a scene in Castaway, which I hope we do. But in the end, like Castaway in the end, I feel like that specific scene,
Yeah.
I mean location rather, is from Castaway, though.
Probably. But to me, it kind of reminds me of Supernatural because the same thing kind of happens there. Because Tommy comes in and says he sold the devil in order to make the guitar better. And I'm like, in Supernatural, where do you go to sell your soul? At the crossroads.
Oh.
And it's the same type of crossroads as well.
Right.
Yeah. So I thought that was kind of cool. Tommy, yeah.
Dude, they are unbothered by that what they're hearing. Like they just keep continuing with their lives.
But actually, no, Everett is unbothered. But remember, the other two are like, why would you do that? And then because remember they've just been baptized, so they're like looking down at him. They're like, why would you do such a terrible thing? And he's like, I'm not doing anything with it. And then and then they're like, what does the devil look like? And they're like, oh, the devil has horns. And he's like, no, the devil is a white man.
He's a white man just like y'all.
Yeah. And with a dog. Yep. And yeah, that becomes relevant later on. Anyway, then they find out about a guy that says they're gonna give them money if they sing at a radio station. If they sing into a can. So they go there and they go meet the blind radio station man, played by Stephen Root. He's been a lot of things.
Yo, you remember News Radio?
Uh-huh.
Actually, News Radio started coming back now, where there's a clip with of him and one of his colleagues. Well, he was the boss in News Radio, where he's negotiating a marriage with this lady. It's like, okay, 2 children.
Oh yes, I know what you're talking about.
Yes.
Yeah, 2 kids. I know. I'm closing line on 3.
Yeah. Like, so deal breaker. Oh, all right then. I love this man. I grew up watching this man, dog.
Like so many different things, dude.
Yeah.
But his face is so funny. Like just with the one eye is like just. Yeah, I thought that whole thing was just
And it's like he's also the type who, like, okay, I would say he's mostly known for comedy. But his comedy is not, for me, like, I've always realized that there's like 2 kind of comedians. Like there's like the straight man that we like talking about, kind of like Keenan from Keenan and Kel.
Yeah.
Keenan was funny, but he was not like Kel funny.
He was a straight man, you're right.
He was a straight man, just like the Wayans brothers. Sean used to play the straight man, while Marlon was going buck wild all the time.
Exactly. Or Jason Bateman in everything.
Yes. So I feel like this man mostly plays the straight man, but it's still hilarious. You know what I mean?
And this is a big shift.
This was a completely different dog. He went buck wild in this one.
The dialogue is wild as well. I'm just like, Jesus. We only play classic rock here. We only play classic good old country. And I'm like, Jesus.
And I feel like, is he blind?
I feel like he's blind, yeah.
So he would be the second blind man that they meet.
Yep. And not, if I'm correct, then he's like a one-eyed man as well. And it's like, makes you wonder if there's like a metaphor there.
If there's an eye metaphor in this thing, yeah.
Because there's an original one, definitely. And as they're, 26 minutes in, as they're leaving, they meet Pappy O'Donnell. And you kind of get a vibe that this guy is a bit of a douchebag. Because this man is out here beating on his 3 stooges. The guys that are with him are like the 3 stooges. It's kind of funny.
Yeah. But they call him Daddy, right? Oh, that guy's name is Pa or something like that.
Exactly. So they call, the son calls him Pappy. All call him Pappy, yeah.
Oh, Pappy, yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we cut to nighttime and we see Everett thinking while Tommy plays. We get a moment where they talk about what they're gonna do with their share of the treasure. And this is always a moment that you kind of see in movies, and I like it because it's a nice moment for you to get to explain your character. Like, for example, Pete is like, I want to run a restaurant, and you can kind of tell just by the way he explains it that this is all about respect. Like, people to call him sir. He wants people to listen to the things he has to say. Do you know what I mean? It's like all about respect. Then Dalmar is more basic. He just wants to take back his family farm. For him, it's all about ownership.
Yes.
But then when it's Everett's turn, he deflects. We never get his answer. And we don't get a chance to go further because, lucky for him, while the boys are chilling by the fire, the same men are outside another barn, and this time where they think they're at.
Yeah.
And they burn the barn down immediately. Like, don't even hesitate.
They don't even negotiate, though.
Exactly. And Tommy's gone for no reason. They just know that Tommy's safe, so they run away.
They asked John Turturro's character, like, yo, where's Tommy? He's like, he was so scared, he ran away. And I'm like, dog, I saw him like a split second ago.
Yeah.
You guys there.
Yes, he was with
He just disappeared.
Dog.
You know what? I think it was just a subtle way of saying black people, dog. When there's danger, they go, dog. They disappear.
Hey, not important anymore. But yeah, anyway, they're on the move again, right? And this is something I think I talked about before, but yeah, through Odysseus, I think this could call it the Odysseus format, where basically when they go through an adventure and things just keep happening to them. Do you know what I mean? Like The Hobbit, they go a little bit, something happens. They go a little bit, something happens. Yeah. This is the same kind of principle here. Like a lot of movies, will kind of like try and do like a loop kind of thing. You know what I mean? Like, oh, this happened because of this happened. Sometimes things just kind of happen, and that's kind of what happens with this one. Yeah. I'm going to try and go into more detail later on in the future.
It's like if you were reading a book, it would be like chapters.
Yeah.
From a book, these events that keep happening.
Yeah, but sometimes what happened in the book is X will happen because Y happened.
Yes.
You know what I mean? But this one, they keep going, and then things just keep happening to them. Do you know what I mean? Mm. But yeah, anyway, they see a car, it's moving fast and hard. There's money flapping out the back, where an Italian-type gangster archetype shows up, and he's asking for directions. Right. This being Michael Balduccio.
And funny enough, going back to the character of Everett and Turturro, they give this man different answers, dog. Because the other one is like, yeah, this is the right road. You just keep going straight. The other one's like, this is definitely not that road.
It's because they're dumb. They don't even understand. Dog, they're so fucking dumb. They're so dumb. They don't understand what's happening. Even as it's happening, seeing the money. Oh man, your money's flying all over the place.
Yo, dog, I don't want to lie. I was as dumb as them at that moment. I had no idea what was happening. It only clicked. It only clicked when I started seeing that these. Okay, because initially I thought, oh, are they chasing? Okay, we'll get there. Please continue.
But anyway, yeah, the whole section. There's car. They don't realize what's happening until the man literally starts firing with a Tommy gun at them. And there's a whole section where it's wild, where they use cows with the cows, dude. Where he uses the cows by shooting them and then use them to block the road. I was like, you couldn't do that today. Mm-hmm.
Which is something that the old man said about the cow, if you remember, in his prophecy. He did mention a cow, like a cow.
Yeah, you're right. You're so right.
Yeah, so when I saw that, I was like, oh, this is the old man, the black old man's prophecy.
Prophecy coming true, yes. The scene ends with George. This leads directly to a bank robbery that's super surreal. With the bank robber, like they're robbing the bank, the money's just already there. The guy's already got the money wrapped up, he just gives it to him in a way, like in 2 seconds.
Yeah.
Like one of the old ladies, like, isn't that Babyface?
Before that, didn't Babyface say something like, God saves, I withdraw?
Oh yes, God saves, I withdraw is a fucking bar. That was the most hip hop line I've ever heard in my life.
Hey, dude.
Dog. That was wild.
That was really good.
That was really good.
Jesus saves, I withdraw.
But yeah, old lady says something about his name, and then he gets upset. He's like, my name is not Babyface.
It's George.
Sit. Yes, he gets so upset that by the end of the new scene, he's so miserable.
Dude is bothered by that thing, dog, all night.
He just gives them the money and he bounces.
Yeah.
And they're like, okay. And they take the money, they bounce as well.
Yeah, like, yo, thanks.
Dude. The scene ends with, we see a farmer watching now we kind of get a cutaway. We see a farmer watching a truck doing a promo as the camera moves to the radio station, all in one shot. Like you see the train, you see the farmer, sorry, not one shot, but yeah, you see the farmer, kind of see the car, and it kind of cuts to the radio station, which is really cool. I thought that was a really nice shot. We cut to the radio station, and we find out that song has gone nationwide.
Mm-hmm.
The Soggy Bottoms are the biggest thing out there.
Honestly speaking, when I heard that song, when they were singing it, I was like, are they the ones singing here? Because if they are, then they are really good, eh?
Funny fact is, according to George Clooney, I watched an interview where he said everyone thought he could sing. He thought he could sing. The Cohen Brothers thought he could sing. T-Bone, I think I forgot the guy's name, T-Bones, whatever his name is, the music director, thought he could sing. But then when he actually sang, they were like, Jesus Christ. And George Clooney was all proud of himself. And they were like, we're going to play it back for you, buddy. And they play it back for him, and he's like, holy shit, I suck. I'm guessing they didn't do that for The Rock. But
The Rock in Moana.
Yeah. Not joking. 39 minutes in, we get a montage of them making it through the land. Even going as far as stealing pie from a windowsill. Like, how old school is that? Like, it's like the most 1930s thing you've ever seen in your life.
What happened?
They steal pie from a windowsill.
Oh yeah, and then they leave some cash there.
Yeah. There's even a moment where they're burning the newspaper, right? A newspaper, and you kind of see their names there. Soggy Bottoms blow up.
Yeah, but it just made me realize something. Like I was just thinking about it now. Who's the dumbest one again? What's his name?
Delmar.
Do you think Delmar will actually do what he? Okay, we'll get there at the end. Because like, if you could give away money just like that for pie that you were stealing, it says a lot about your character. That is a good-hearted person. Ultimately. Yes. But anyway.
Oh, definitely. But we'll definitely get into that too. I'm with you. The song gets kind of deeper, and you kind of get this whole thing of them hitchhiking, and they even manage to get a hold of this guy's special hair gel. So, right, and it ends with them stealing a car. Cool. 42 minutes in, so that was like a 3-minute sequence in full, just updating you. This kind of the flow of the story, right? Remember, this movie is only 1 hour and 45 minutes, but a lot happens.
Yeah.
So I think what they did here is they tried to be more efficient with their storytelling. So there's like 3 montages in this entire movie.
It's definitely feels like an adventure, man. Adventure film.
100%.
Yeah.
There's at least 2 montages with this one and the one in the beginning, just so we can get things done through a lot faster. Gives you a vibe of that there's been like 3 days. Cool. Anyway, they're driving, and then for some reason Pete absolutely flips out upon hearing music. This is basically the siren scene. It's their own version of the Odysseus siren scene. In the real, for those who don't know, in the real one, what happens is Odysseus they're going past the land of the sirens, and then they decide they're gonna cover everyone's ears. If I'm correct, no, they're gonna cover everyone's eyes. If I'm correct.
Okay.
Yes, and then they're gonna tie Odysseus to a post, and then he won't have anything covered, and then no matter what he says, you're not allowed to untie him until you're out. But, yeah, and then so that way you could hear the siren song without having to go without destroying the ship. Because remember, the point of the siren song is that they steer the ships into the rocks and then they eat you.
Yeah. Kind of like the beginning of Wakanda Forever. You remember the beginning of Namor's people were basically like sirens. They were singing.
Yes.
And they were leading the crew members, like they were basically causing them to kill themselves by jumping into the ocean.
Exactly. That's literally the principle. Yes. So yeah, Pete flips out. Then he runs, chases, gets out the car, runs off to go see where the music sound is. And then, yeah, he sees a bunch of women, and they're like in thin summer dresses, and they're singing the song.
Hey, this is beautiful women, though.
Yep.
And for some reason, everybody had already picked their favorite. Like,
dog. And like the main one, doesn't she remind you of the chick from Blade 3 and
yeah. I wanted to say she does. She reminds me of Justin Timberlake's wife. What's her name again? I don't know what's happening with me today. Maybe it's because I'm tired, but I usually know these names like the back of my hand. I think you know this by now. Just give me a second. Jessica Biel.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, definitely looks like Jessica Biel.
The bad guy though. Because the dark eye thing, there's like a dark eye vibe to it. Again, what's it called? Not Charmed. Is it Bewitched? Where the teenagers decide to take up witchcraft, the teenage girls take up witchcraft, and then the one girl becomes like really dangerous with it. What's her name again? Come on. I know you know what I'm talking about.
Are you not talking about Charmed?
I think no. That's a TV series. What a movie.
Bewitched.
It's like 4 girls.
When did it come out?
No, not Bewitched. Okay, I am wrong. No, they made a movie about it. They made a remake recently, which is just not as good.
Wait, the original was the black lady.
Confident. One of the girls was black.
Oh, just give me a second. I think Rachel True was there. No? She was in Half and Half. She was, wasn't she?
Yeah.
The Craft.
The Craft. There we go. Damn it. See, now look who's forgetting stuff. But yeah, what's her name? She was in Blade Trinity as well. She's got like this vibe to her that's wild, and I love her so much. Like everything she's in, she's always like.
I'm not sure. I know which one you're referring to.
Farzia Balk? Is the chick from? No ways. Is the chick from Charmed? The Piper from Charmed is in. God damn! I did not see that coming. No, the girl from Charmed is also in The Craft. She's the lead character.
No, that's not Piper.
I'm sorry, not Piper. Prue.
No, it's not Prue. Prue's played by Shanine Doherty, who was in Beverly Hills 90210. This lady, she was in Prison Break. She was also in The Mentalist as a cop. Forgot.
Yes, you're right. The chick from The Mentalist. Yes.
Yeah.
I know her from The Mentalist. But anyway, yeah. The other thing about, you know her. She's from The Craft, Almost Famous. Okay, I didn't know what Return to Oz, but American History X.
No. I remember her from American History X. Yeah, she was this guy's Edward Norton's girlfriend.
Yes.
Where is she, dog?
I don't know, dude. I think she's one of those people that like disappears. I think she's one of those small films. I'm looking at a lot of these films. She does a lot of successful small films, and I know that for a fact.
Yeah, I feel like she retired. Like,
dude, I feel like her and Christina Ricci, I wish they could have been in the same movie. That would have been interesting.
You see her, Christina Ricci, and Winona Ryder.
Yeah, just in a gothic movie together. I would my mind.
It seems like the last movie she did was in 2020. But then she is in a series called American City, which is a TV spin-off of American Satire or Satan. Hectic.
But yeah, anyway, point is that vibe. That's what this chick from Thingamajiggy is giving me. She gives me that vibe to her. Like gothic, but yeah.
There's a show called American Satan.
I also am blown away by that.
What the hell?
Who knew? Anyway, they get wrapped up by these women. Like they just get completely thingamajig and face to black, and they wake up just completely just on their backs.
Yeah.
And when they wake up, they
That
notice.
was definitely a camera thing. Like that was there was an art to that. So I think it was deliberate.
Oh no, definitely. Oh no, it was absolutely. It was fantastic, dude. I love it so much. Like it's just like, yeah.
You
But
could tell that that was storyboarded. Like I could even see the storyboarding there. Like you show the shoes and whatever from
yeah,
that angle. Yeah.
it was brilliant. They wake up, they meet they wake up and the ladies they met the river are gone, and Pete is gone, and they just close where it used to be. Like
Yeah.
pile.
Like as if Cell passed there or something and sucked Pete
Yeah,
or something.
exactly. I forgot where that's from, but yes, they got sucked out. The shirt rising from the middle, and a frog jumps out, and because Delmar is Delmar, he thinks that's Pete.
His heart. Oh, initially he thought it was his heart.
It was his heart, yes.
Yeah.
They took him and left his heart, yes. Then the frog comes out, and then they think it's Delmar, and he's like in the river trying to collect it. Oh God. So they take it they're in the car, they're taking the frog with them, they go to a restaurant where they try to figure out the Pete situation. Then the camera switches to the back of a man who turns and he has an eye patch, and they call him the Cyclops, and he pays attention to them. He introduces himself as Big Dan T, played by John Goodman, and he's out here talking smooth, just like
George Clooney.
Yeah, Everett was. Dan's Fauci playing a con man. It cuts to, then we get a cut of Pappy, and we kind of see that this man is still Pappy, that he's losing the election, and he's like losing his mind. He's like, I'm the incumbent. How is this happening?
Yeah.
But I mean,
it reminds me of Citizen Kane a bit, you know, like Pappy's scene, like because obviously he's the subplot.
yes.
It reminds me of like Citizen Kane in a way.
Yeah. But it's such a small sub. It's cuts to a commercial where it's like an ad break where there's like this story of this hilarious guy in the background and his dumb workers.
Because I know usually it's for comic relief moments, but I wouldn't consider Pepe like a comic relief character here. Maybe in the end, but not really.
Yeah, I'd say his Three Stooges workers are the comedy.
Yes, because usually a villain would play a role like this in a comedy where he has like dumb minions.
Exactly.
But he's not a villain. So
and in a way you kind of wonder how you're gonna connect. I think it's deliberate, where they kind of leave it open as to how they're gonna connect in a positive way, in a negative way. You don't know yet. I think that's kind of what they're doing there. But yeah. Dan T's like, let me teach you about selling Bibles. I'm gonna help you guys make a bunch of money selling Bibles. And they're like, okay, cool.
You know what? When he said you guys can pay for my meal, I knew. One of the moment he said you guys can pay for my meal, I was like,
Yep.
Something is not right here.
Yep. And then so they go with him on a picnic. And then this man out here,
3 grown ass niggas on a picnic, dog.
Dog, and he just quietly finishes eating his food, just staring at them, and with anger in his eyes, dog. He's out here glaring at them as he finishes his food. He's like, "Cool. Now that I'm done with that, let me tell you about this Bible proposition thing. Now, first thing you have to know is how to sell, right? So I'm going to teach you guys how to a good lesson, starting with, and he pulls down the flipping log, dog.
Bro.
And he just nails Dalmar. Dalmar's like, fights him actually. Dalmar puts up a fight, man.
Dude, Everett is not even bothered. He's busy eating his corn then.
Oh, I guess out here chewing the corn.
And it's like, I'm lost. What's happening? What do you mean? Like, what are we supposed to do? Like, he's not even bothered by what just happened.
In fact, it's even worse than that, because he's like, so how does this help us sell Bibles? And they hit it. And then he's like, what's happening right now? And then they knock him out, and it's like, Jesus Christ.
This is one of those moments where the dumbest one actually figures it out quicker than...
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, than the other one.
It was bad. And then they kill the frog, which breaks Dalmar's heart.
Hey, dude.
And then,
It's like, yeah, you know these things can give you warts.
Yep, and he crushed and throws it against a tree just to make sure it's dead. And he takes the car along with all their money. And yeah, and for the second time, they're back at the beginning. No vehicle, no money, back where they started. But this time with no Pete. 55 minutes in, we actually see that Pete is still alive and he's being whooped. And that the man that Tommy described as a devil has Pete. Him with dead eyes, got a dog.
Okay, actually, I never really thought that that man was the devil until you mentioned it. No. But like, what happened to those ladies, man? Obviously, were they hired by these guys to lure those guys or what?
Later on, they say that she says that they lured him because they were going to because they sold him out because they recognized them and they wanted to sell them for the bounty and they got the bounty money basically. By the time they got back, the other two were gone. They can't carry all three of them, so they right? But then they couldn't carry the other two in time, and then they got back, they were gone. So that's what happened. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yep. But yeah. We see Pete is being whipped by the devil, basically. Pete begs for God's forgiveness, and only then does he stop things. When he begs for, to me, I felt like a clever little point, because to me, it could have two meanings. A, he's praying. It's the value of prayer that makes him stop, or it's the prayer that shows that Pete's going to give up that makes him stop. I thought that was a nice moment there.
Wait, what is happening?
Basically, he's whipping him, right, to find out where these guys are going and how to catch them.
Yes.
And then Pete says, God forgive me, right? And then the whipping stops.
Yeah.
And now there's two ways of thinking about that. A, God forgive me. In other words, the whipping stopped because he prayed.
Mm-hmm.
Or two, God forgive me because he's about to confess everything. Forgive me for what I'm about to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then the whipping stops. So there's kind of two ways of seeing it. You know what I mean? Yeah.
I interpreted it as the first one, like God listened and then yeah.
Okay, see, that also plays into the devil thing actually. It's very interesting. So now we're at the middle of the thing, and I would say this is a bit of a low point because now everyone's kind of messed up right now, and we see Everett and Delma in a car hitchhiking, and they pass a chain gang, and they see Pete. In the chain gang already, dog. Like he's already in there. Like 20 seconds later.
Dog, I thought he was hallucinating. Like really? I thought he was actually seeing things. It was like, I think the sun is getting to me. I'm like, maybe it is, because is this real or not?
No paperwork. Back in the gang, buddy. Like that's impossible. Anyway, they don't believe it, so they just keep going. We move to a song where Poppy's opponent starts with music, and then the opponent kind of has his own speech.
We move to what?
To a event, basically, a election event.
Oh.
And music playing, a band is playing, a country group playing. We see Everett and Delmar come in as this guy is giving his speech.
Mm-hmm.
And then we see that these little girls are about to sing, which kind of pisses Everett off to no end. And he runs to the stage and they're like, Daddy! And it's like, oh shit.
Is it dead?
Yeah, it kind of changes the whole thing. And then we find out that the kids are like, we thought you were hit by a train. No, they don't say we thought. They're like, you were hit by a train. You're dead.
You're dead, yeah.
You're already dead. You said you got blown up by a train. And it's like,
you know how kids are, man.
Dog.
They talk some wildish.
Dog. And then, we found out the wife is getting engaged. They divorced in prison. And he's very upset about the whole thing. But he kind of knew about it. And then he rushes to her when he finds out where she is. Only to find out that, about the train situation, that, he really has been telling everyone that he's been hit by a train.
Yeah.
We get a holy next. And then this changes the dimension of a ticking clock. Like a ticking clock was to get the money before the dam closes. It turns out, no. The ticking clock was actually to get to the wife, because they're about to get married in 3 days. In the beginning of the movie, they were like, the dam's going to fill up in 3 days, and this guy's going to get married tomorrow. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, and there's 1 day left, because we already got 2 days past, and there's 1 day left, and now It's very cool. I thought that was a nice moment.
Because I guess that speech raises the stakes, you could say, because
it also changes the stakes. Because we thought the story was going this
it was
way.
about treasure.
Yes, and then it turns out, no, the story is about this guy and his wife. And I think that's interesting. Yep.
The biggest con artist in the story, dog.
Yep. Turns out the person he lied to was us.
Hey, dog.
Anyway, he gets into a fight with the new fiance.
And you see, the thing is, this is the type of movie that you need to watch more than once, because the black man says it from the beginning. The treasure you seek is not the treasure you seek.
Yes. And it turns out he was talking to...
He was talking to Everett.
Yes.
No, he was talking to Pete. No?
Yeah, he's talking to the other two.
Yeah.
Everett knows the treasure you seek is not... And it also recontextualizes when he's like, no, man, I'm sure that old man... Because at first, like, maybe the man has few superpowers, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
People tend to have, extra natural abilities. They're like
No, but then how did you know about the treasure?
Yes, exactly. And then and he's like, well, no, okay, wait. He said, yeah, how do you know about the treasure? And he's like, well, you see, some people just know about supernatural powers, right? Yeah. Everett says that after Pete says, how do you know about the treasure?
Yes.
And then it's so funny because, and then Everett is like, and then Pete is like, yeah, well, some people have supernatural abilities. And then Everett is like, and then Pete is like, but then he said the treasure's not what you think it is. And then Everett's like, wow, he's a crazy old man.
Exactly.
So he converts the thing immediately.
So you could tell, if I was to watch this the second time,
yeah,
it would just click from the get-go. You scoundrel, you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, we get a moment where they decide to. Oh no, where they meet the new fiance, who's like this nerdy-looking guy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fight this guy. Let's get it going. Swings at the guy's like.
Dude, that was like the most unexpected. It's like when you fight. Have you ever seen videos where a man is fighting a kangaroo?
Yeah. Yes.
You wouldn't think a kangaroo would beat a human being, though.
Exactly. Yeah, they see, they stand up. They got a six-pack. They got.
Yeah, like. So it felt like that. Like, I'm not saying the guy is like a kangaroo. I just mean.
Yeah.
It's the most unexpected turn of events, because you would think that George Clooney would win. He's the main character. Nope.
Yeah, and he's like bigger, not taller, but bigger, definitely.
Dude, he gets his ass whooped.
Dog. And then there's a funny line, where it's like, you're not allowed in Woolworths, and I'm like, you're no longer allowed in Woolworths, and then I was like, whoa.
Woolies, dog.
And then,
the original.
Dog, the original.
And stay out of Woolworths. Like,
then we
and it shows that because it was off screen. Some of the fighting was off screen because they were asking the wife, like, who is he? He's like, definitely not my husband. But you still heard the punches in the background. So it shows you that it was not just the fiance that was kicking this guy's ass, because it's not the fiance that threw him out.
Yes, it was someone else.
Hey, dog.
Dog, that was embarrassing. Then he kind of goes to, then they go watch a movie, just because. And then Everett is mad at all women going through his villain arc.
Yeah, dog. There was a major villain arc right there.
And then the movie kind of stops, and a prison guard comes in and lets a whole chain gang in, and it's awkward now because they have to be like this. And dog, where the man's like, "Don't go to the treasure," and it's like, "Nigga, you're so loud."
Like, everybody can hear you.
Dog.
But also, like, that kind of lighting, is it backlighting where you cannot see any detail in the guard's face?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Literally what it was, yes. Unlike Zack Snyder's solar flares.
Is it Zack Snyder or is it J.J. Abrams?
Both. Rebel Moon had so many lens flares, dude.
Really?
Hey, you need to rewatch this movie. Yes. He warns that they shouldn't seek the... Yeah, they see Pete, and it turns out they shouldn't seek the... So funny. We thought you was a toad. What?
It's like, what the hell?
I thought that was really funny.
And he keeps on saying it. We thought you was a toad. What? Wait, now you was a toad.
And he's determined to sink this in. Like, I need you guys to understand. 108 minutes in, we cut to Papi at the plantation. Papi's surrounded by the dumbest people. Like, maybe we should get the campaign guy to do the campaign. He's doing such a better job than we are. It's like, nigga, that's your job. And then that only lasts like 30 seconds. And we cut straight to a distraught Pete who's like crying over his guilt. But then the others just show up in his prison cell. And they're like, cling. And I'm like, was that technology even around in those days? Just cling. And then they cut him out and then he's gone. And they're gone. Just like that. Yeah, and then they kind of get it's a funny moment where like they're like, are we banned from all werewolves or just the one? And I'm like, so these werewolves have branches as well. Because like I said,
hey dog, it's successful at this point.
Who knew? Anyway, Pete, distraught over the whole situation, spills his guts, dog.
It's like I gave it up, guys. I told them the truth. I told them the rendezvous, not the rendezvous, but the location of the treasure and everything.
Yep.
Feels like crap and everything.
Yeah, meanwhile, if you look at Everett's face in the background, he just looks sus.
Yeah.
So sus. And I'm like, at first I wasn't sure if this was all a fake, but then once I saw Pete's face, I was like, okay, this is all fake.
Bro, I was like, Everett is disappointed. Like, until he says what he says, I'm like, man, nigga. Like,
really?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't believe it for a second. Because as soon as he says there's no treasure, I'm like, oh. And then when Pete...
Well, that's what I meant. Yeah, I'm talking about when he says there's no treasure. Like, I was like, dude.
I kind of suspected it from before, but I'm saying that moment when it hits. But for me, the part that really blew my mind was the next line where Pete is like, I was 2 weeks away from...
Dude.
And they gave me 50 years. I'll be 87 when I get out.
Didn't he say 84?
The other guy said 84.
Yeah. Because who's this? Is it
Delmar?
Delmar is happy that he's gonna get out at 82.
Yeah. And then Pete just gets so angry and attacks. He just fucking...
You ruined my life.
Yes. The fact that that man can sound Middle Eastern and Southern at the same time is hilarious.
It does. It's crazy. And you know, Tatura has this thing, man. This look like this. I don't like to explain it. Like his lips are they're not straight.
Yeah.
A bit tilted, you know? Kind of like that Stallone thing.
I think it's one of those things where if you have a unique attribute, it kind of makes you stand out in movies.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, anyway, they get into this huge fight and they're rolling down this massive hill and they crash right into just a clan rally that's a dance and music extravaganza right there.
Dude, that's what I'm saying. This thing is so cartoonish because that's what usually happens in cartoons.
Yep.
The dumbest one with the heart is like, cut it down, fellas. Stop it, fellas. And all of a sudden there's like some sound and...
Dog. In fact,
you know, when I saw that, I was like, dude, did the KKK do that? Choreography.
It's how they're organizing themselves.
Hey, dude.
Left foot, right foot, left foot, pivot, jazz hands.
Jazz hands. Everybody has to sound extremely perfect, dog. Like in harmony, bro. They have to harmonize. I'm like,
exactly.
What time do they do these things? At night. When do they sleep?
Just like Batman, yes, no sleep. And then do that song, oh there, oh there. I swear that song blows my mind. Anyway, they play that song and we see Tommy, and they decide they're gonna rescue Tommy.
Tommy had given up at this point. Like he's not even fighting. Fellas, I didn't do nothing wrong. Like I didn't do nothing wrong. I never did anything bad to anybody. I didn't do anything wrong, fellas. They're like, yo, dog, we're getting you. No matter what you said.
Yeah, there's a line where he says, I didn't think that the devil will come get his payback so soon. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because, and it's weird, like there's something that you mentioned earlier about the cinema scene where the guy's telling them about the treasure and nobody else is reacting. Like even here, it's like, dog, are you telling me that nobody heard this conversation between...
Yes. they're talking loudly, and the only way someone hears anything is when the Cyclops, aka John Goodman, or Big Dan T, is like, he has to sniff them, dog. The two people talking loudly and acting different from the group, he has to sniff that they're different.
Dude, like what the hell, dog?
Dog. And then
they could see, like, they made John Goodman like a monster of sorts, I think.
Yeah, and he did a good job, man. The man was intimidating. I was out here, especially with the one eye.
Yeah, so if you're saying that they're tying it into an old Greek mythology story, it makes sense because, especially with John Goodman, you have to smell them. You know what I mean?
Because he's a Cyclops. The story is a part of the Odysseus storyline, yes. And there's a funny part, if you actually listen to when they cut the cable, I swear it makes a cartoon sound. It goes, boing. You know what I mean? When they cut the cable to the cross. Because first they throw the flag, and you see the spike going right at John Goodman. He catches it.
And someone in the background is like, the flag's not supposed to touch the ground.
Yes, and it's such a weird thing to say. What does it even mean? It's a flag.
And he catches it, dog, because I thought it was going to kill him. He catches it, dog.
Yeah. And then
Everett is like...
and it makes a boing sound, and then it actually falls over him, dude.
Yeah.
That was hilarious. And now we cut into the third act. Because now we're at the location.
Yeah, and you could say that they introduce us basically, in the third act, they introduce us to the sub-villain.
Yeah. In like 2 seconds, yes. A 2-second sub-villain, yes.
The leader of the KKK, yeah.
Yep.
And like Papa's, you said it's Pepe. Pepe's rival.
Turns out, and this guy was winning, with the whole broom.
Yeah.
Little person. It was a perfect campaign. That
little person is not saying jack squat, though.
You remember he had his own tiny KKK uniform as well.
Yeah. It's like a second in command, bro.
So wild. But anyway, we cut to the church. And then the boys are like, dog, everything we've done with you has messed us up. And they're like, they don't want to help him anymore. And he has to like try and beg them and convince them. And he does. And then we cut to everyone going to the event. Everything's coming together now. Everyone's coming together to the same location. The wife is there. Pappy comes in. The KKK people are there. And we see the clan the clan member's name is Homer Stokes. He's going to the event. And you can kind of see like they're throwing away the burnt clothes and everything. And there's also an interesting moment here. Because have you noticed that at the radio station, the blind man called them colored? They and the change gang was nothing but black people. And
they do what?
They call them colored because they were not colored people but colored. You know what I mean? Because that meant black.
Yeah, that's how they introduced themselves, if you remember, because they assumed that the blind man only plays because it was like, are you guys colored? Because we only, I think it's like,
we don't do Negro music, yeah.
Yeah, do you guys know Negro music? They're like, in fact, we are colored, sir. Yeah, like, well, no Negro music.
They said only one of us is colored.
Yes.
They said one of us, which was Tommy.
No, initially they said.
Yeah, you're right. And they said
colored, but one of us is not.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then
protecting him, I think.
Well, no, I think they said 3 white, 1 colored, and then in the end they were like, there's 6 of us, but the other 2 can only sign an X on their names because they don't know how to read and write.
Oh.
To extra money, remember?
Oh, I guess I misunderstood what they were saying then.
Yeah, but then later on they go into the church, but I just think that's interesting. Like the whole colored thing, it's like they are supposed to be white, right? Like they're white people. This isn't blackface.
Yeah, no, they are white. It's just that.
But then even the clan members, like these guys are colored. Do you remember?
Yeah, it's because they had dirt on their faces. Remember?
Yeah, but then like, is it really that much dirt?
No, I get you, but it's like it made sense. You know, at the KKK scene, it sort of made sense why they would think they were colored because of their faces. But
All reacted immediately like, black.
but I think it goes back to the blind man, and given that John Goodman is probably supposed to be a Cyclops, so he shouldn't know how they actually look like, I think.
I mean, Cyclops doesn't mean you're blind completely, but I hear what you're saying.
Yeah.
I felt like it's a metaphor for like low key, not white kind of thing vibe going to it.
Yes.
That's why John Goodman targeted them immediately. Do you know what I mean? Like maybe he was like, I'm gonna take advantage of these colors. You know what I mean? Like maybe, I don't know. It's an interesting repeat.
It's an interesting thing. Maybe the characters are not, it's kind of like with Morgan Freeman in Shawshank. It's like, yeah, I'm Irish, but you can clearly see this man is black.
Exactly.
And nobody had an issue ever in all of Hollywood had a problem with Morgan Freeman playing an Irish character, even though he's completely.
Hey, number one, it was such a big deal. Like I only found out about that like 2 years ago. So number one, it wasn't a big deal. It was low key. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know if they were replacing a redhead when they did that. But they weren't 1,000.
Wasn't Robert Redford supposed to play that role? I think him and Tom Cruise, if I'm not mistaken.
Possibly, I don't know.
Like Tom Cruise was supposed to play Tim Robbins' character, I think.
Oh jeez.
Yeah.
It would have sucked. I think Tim Robin was surprisingly perfectly cast for that movie.
100%. Guys, please don't marvel at us sometimes yawning. We record these videos extremely late. I'm sure if you guys look at some of the old videos, there's moments where I pass out for like a split second. So it's not. We record these things extremely late. So yeah, please forgive us. Anyway.
So anyway, Thingamajiggy trying to win back his wife, but the wife Penny is like, nigga, you haven't changed.
Horrible wife, dog. That's a horrible wife for me.
Oh yes, okay, yeah. It's like, okay, yeah, your prospects are nothing, so therefore I'm leaving you. But then he's a horrible guy because he's like, don't worry, I've got a new plan. I'm gonna steal a dentist license. And like, nigga, I'm gonna need you to make some changes in your life.
He doesn't see anything wrong with that.
Dog, he sees nothing wrong with it, and she gets put off by that.
Yeah.
And then while they're talking, the song comes up.
Yeah.
And the crowd goes wild.
And he's surprised because he didn't understand what was going on. He's like, huh?
And he's like, and it's so funny because when he started the conversation, he was like, this music thing, it's just a part-time thing. Just helping me travel, that's all.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And it turns out, no, here it is, buddy. Here's what you're
saving grace, bro.
Yep. And then candidate Duval, Homer Duval, sees who they are and tries to out them. And by outing them, he then confesses to being a part of the Klan and trying to lynch people.
Dude, like in his speech, he didn't say a single lie. Everything he said was true. Those guys ran away, like they escaped prison. Tommy actually sold his soul to the devil. Yeah. And he's a KKK member. Like all the 30 things he mentioned were true, but nobody believed him.
No one believed him, dog. And then they still put him on radio as well, so everyone heard what he was saying.
Yeah.
And then, the crowd just starts booing them. They're upset by this, which catches Papi by surprise. And Papi's like,
opportunity.
Yes, exactly. And he watches as the crowd turn on this guy, and they hang this nigga on a post. I think they lynched these niggas back, dog.
I think so too, though, because they brought a whole huge ass.
Dude, and it's so much
log, dog, yeah.
Like, that's how you know this movie is surreal. What, like 4 guys were like, guys, I think there's a post over there. Let's go get this and go fetch it.
There's a what?
There's a giant hanging people post over there. Let's go grab. I'm gonna need 7 guys. 7 guys, hanging post. Cool, you, let's go do this. Same height. I thought that was just really funny. And then, then when it's done, Soggy Bottoms keep singing, and that brightens up the whole show, yeah.
Like, it was funny when Pepe started dancing there and playing with this bomb, dog.
I was like, Jesus, what year was this made?
I'm like, this guy's such an opportunist, dog.
Dog.
Yo, like, Pepe is such an opportunist, dog.
To the highest level. And it's
Like, you can see this guy is an experienced politician. He knew if he came at the right time, it would seem like he organized the thing. You know what I mean?
exactly. And it's the power of setup.
Yeah.
Power of setup, because again, when you watch it, it almost seems random. Because you just cut to Puppy and it's like, these niggas aren't connected.
Exactly.
And then it comes together, and like again, there's a wishy-washiness of will it be good or will it be bad? Then when it comes together, and then it turns out he's gonna pardon them, like to that level where he's gonna pardon them.
Hey, bro.
Dog, but then he's still like, you guys are gonna be a part of my show from now on. Like it still threatens them. Like from now on, you guys are a part of my show. You're gonna and to start off, you're gonna start by singing my jingle.
Hey, dude.
What was it again? Not you at the whole world, but this little light of mine. This little light of mine.
Right, fellas?
Yep. Yeah, right, fellas. On some Debo type shit. Right, fellas?
You have changed your ways, haven't you, fellas? Yes, sir.
Yep, that was beautiful. And then, like, everything's going well after the thing. And then Penny and Everett talk, and they will absolutely get married. But then Penny's like, I'm going to need my ring.
Ish.
And he's like, okay, what's the one on your finger? It's like, no, that's the other guy's ring.
Dude.
And then Everett messes it up by saying, hey, man, a ring's a ring. I'll buy his ring back from him. And that way
you know when you're just so happy that the main character finally got the girl again?
Yes.
And then he just blows it, like within 5 minutes, though.
Dog. Like,
Everett.
please grab. Like
it's just like, no, I've counted to 3. Like, So if she counts to 3, then her mind is made up, dog.
Dog, and it's so funny because he reacts exactly like that. Like, oh no, she counted to 3. Like, what? The way he reacts, like, oh.
Because everybody else was like, huh?
Yeah, it's so funny, dude.
I honestly don't know why Tommy keeps chilling with these guys. Don't ask me why. I have no idea, dog.
Dog, he's too good for them.
Hey, bro.
And then when he messes it up, in the background, if you look carefully, you can see like lights in the background, torch lights. And then the torch light gets closer, and it turns out, it's Babyface.
It's George, bro.
Yep. He shows up, and he's, and he's happy for the first time in the show, like genuinely happy. And it's because they've caught him, and they're going to give him the electric chair. And he's like, I'm finally going down, guys. Woo!
He just wanted to be infamous, I guess.
Yes, exactly. Then it fades to black, and this is not where the movie ends. But he still has to get the ring.
Yeah, like for me, when I saw this, I was like, Mara, this movie is gonna end. But at the same time, I'm like, but what about the guy with the dog? Like, it can't just end here.
Yes.
You know?
And then we got a 2-second shot of a hunting dog sniffing over a cabinet full of this man's hair gel, dog. Just full.
Packed.
And you just know what's about to happen. Anyway, so, they go to the house and to get the rings, only for them to see the house, and the camera turns to reveal people digging holes. And these other guys just show up from behind them, dog, just shotgun in hand. They are surrounded. And the sheriff walks out. And they're like, but we've been pardoned. And he's like, he does not care. He says the law is a human institution. And it turns out, nah, man, this man really is the devil. Because he brings back the conversation that they had before about baptism. Do you know what I mean? Now you see, that only applies to God. It doesn't apply to thingamajiggy. And then it turns out here it is not applying to God either. Do you know what I mean?
Hey, bro.
Or at least for Everett. And then Everett, when things are about to go down, the music starts to crescendo as the guys sing. Everett finally breaks down, gets on his knees, and stops trying to have an answer for everything.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he finally gets on his knees and he prays from the bottom of his heart. He just lets things go for once in his fucking life. Lets things go. And then their faces shift and they hear a sound. There's water. And again, it brings you back to the baptism thing. Because remember the baptism thing, Who's the one person who didn't get a baptism? Everett.
It was Everett, yeah.
Yeah. So.
Oh, flip.
And he gets submerged in water.
Oh, didn't even think of it like that.
Yep.
But that's also God answering the prayer, just like how he did with Pete earlier.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. So it's a full-on prayer. And because, yeah. And then we kind of get this cool camera underwater thing with the music.
And clearly they died, right?
Huh?
Everybody else that tried to kill them, they died.
We don't know, but
But
yes.
it's assumed.
Yes. It's all out of screen anyway. Otherwise, it'd be in trouble. Anyway, the song ends with them popping out the water, and now that he's safe, Everett immediately starts talking nonsense. He's like, "Wow, you see, guys, sometimes you, I don't know, sometimes you just say whatever." And
Yeah.
like, "Oh, you weren't saying any of that bullshit when you were dying."
Then they start talking about like the electricity grid and power lines and like how the Chinese. Did you say the Chinese?
That shit when you're, yeah. So it's a nice moment of like a callback. It's really cool. And the scene ends with them kind of having this conversation. You kind of get a nice epilogue because the scene ends with Tommy showing up.
Yeah.
On the ring cabinet where the ring was supposed to be.
Yes.
And it ends like that, and you're like, okay, cool. This is where the movie ends. And nope, it ends on an epilogue with Everett with his wife, and they're gonna have the wedding, and everything is all. And Everett even says, "All's well that ends well." You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like this is the epilogue. And then he shows Penny the ring, and then said, "Okay, that's not my ring." And you're like,
Like,
that's
my aunt's ring. I want my ring. It's like, Joe. It's like, yo, that ring costs like 90 grand. It's like, but it's probably in the middle of the lake.
Yeah.
I don't care. Get it.
Exactly. He says it's probably under 90 tons of water. No, it's under 9 tons of water. It's like, I don't care if it's 90 tons of water. I want my ring. Like, Jesus.
It's like, no, but baby, it's like I counted to 3. It's like, yo.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
Dog, I felt sorry for him. I'm like, please don't tell me the movie's ending now because I want to see if he's going to make it in the middle of the river or not.
Dog. And then they pause, they leave the camera, the frame, dog, and you guys see the daughters all tied to a string because he has so many, all tied to a string. What I'm saying is, if you've got a newly born baby, right, and you've been in prison, and there's already a divorce, and you know what I mean? Like, it's so funny. Like, that whole situation must have happened so fast. She must have dumped him, like, within, like, under a year.
Yeah.
That was really funny. And then
the fact that she managed to land another dude.
Dog.
After having six kids with someone else.
She gave me money when I'm a kid. Yeah, she's traveling.
I don't think she deserves Everett, dog.
Dog. I mean, Everett isn't a good guy either, but holy cow, that's messed up.
She's worse, dog. Like, she's horrible.
Dog. I would say she's like a robot. She's like cold-blooded, clinical, where it's like, I either have these requirements, and if you don't achieve these requirements, you
forget
can't.
it.
Yeah. I thought that was really funny. And then they walk out the frame, you see the girls singing the song, and they hear someone else singing the song on the railway station, and it turns out it's the old man.
Yeah.
And he carries the song on, dude, and it fades into black. And that is just beautiful. This is a beautiful surrealist movie, kind of like reading a Terry Pratchett novel or watching a Terry Pratchett movie. The cinematography is great, of course. The lighting is fantastic.
A Terry Pratchett movie.
Terry Pratchett. I'll send you a link to one of the Discworld movies.
Okay.
But it's a novel. It's a series of books, right? But they made a couple movies on BBC. It's fantastic stuff. I think it's free on YouTube actually. But yeah. But anyway, the idea is if things are like feel unreal. Anyway, the cinematography is great. The music is amazing. The Cohen's writing is amazing. You can tell there's a reason why. There's a part where Jonah Hill was talking about how they direct, right? That every word has to be in it.
Yes.
And you can kind of tell with the wordplay and how things have been said and things have been done that the words matter. You know what I mean? Like you can't really improv here. And it cuts together so perfect. I love this whole movie. So I'm giving it a solid 8.5 out of 10.
Yeah, man. I wanted to say 9, but I would give it. Yeah, no. I'm gonna say 9.
Oh, yeah. I'm impressed. Yes, 9 as well. Yes.
Yeah, like it's really, really good, man.
So good.
It's a popcorn movie.
Yes.
You know,
It ends in under 2 hours.
pardon?
It ends in under 2 hours. Think about how many movies we've watched that have been playing for like 3 hours, 2.5 hours. Every movie we watched, like the last few movies, with outside of maybe Blowout. I think Blowout was the shortest one, and Lion King.
Yes.
Lion King. Everything else, like
But everything else, dog, is like 2 hours. Even Die Hard. I was shocked when we were watching.
I was so shocked when Die Hard was 2 hours and 20 minutes. I was like, what?
Die Hard.
I mean, kudos to them for making it feel short, but holy cow. So this one, they got a lot done in a very small amount of time.
Yeah.
I loved it so much. Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's a brilliant movie, man. Really. So yeah, let's hope to see other Cohen movies, and I guess we'll decide which one is the best out of all of them.
Yes.
I haven't seen any of them. This is the first Cohen movie I've seen, actually. Funny enough.
Oh,
I haven't even watched The Big Lebowski, bro.
I'm excited. I'm about to blow your mind, bro.
Okay.
All right, man.
All right, guys, that is it. Thank you so much for checking us out. This is Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? Do let us know who your favorite character is. What is your personal rating? Do you agree or disagree with our takes? Do you think there's something that we should have said that we didn't say, whether it's trivia related, whether it's effects, directing, acting, the score, the music, whatever? Please let us know. We thoroughly enjoyed it. As you can see, we remember each and every scene without even struggling. There's a lot of comedy. If you're very sensitive to certain things, especially from the political era or history, you might find it offensive, especially with the KKK stuff, or the whole colored word. Because I know in America it's still but it's satire. That's what it is. It's satire. So I liked it. I loved it. So yeah, guys, do check out Jin's War, as I've said before. I will leave a link in the description below. And yeah, man, let's engage. Let's talk about it. Whether it's in Rob's TikTok account or on our channel. Just let us know your thoughts on the book. But like I said, it's very, very cheap. It's cheaper than your favorite meal. So yeah, check it out, and I believe you will not be disappointed. But yeah, this is African Frame. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that we're going to be doing in the near future. As you can hear, we already have our lists for future content. But yeah, thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you next time from myself, Mr. Extrodin, and Rob Sibeko, or Voicila Sibeko, whichever you prefer. We shall see you guys next time. Cheers.
Cheers.